Yo, what is up guys, my name is Hakiii, and in this video we're gonna go over some cars that I want to see be added to GTA 5 Online. These are real life cars that I think would be super cool to have in GTA Online and hopefully will be added in the next DLC. First up is gonna be one that should have been in the game in my opinion a long time ago. That's the Tesla Model X. Now we already have one type of Tesla in the game, which is actually the Raiden. It's more of like a Tesla Model 3 type of thing. The Tesla Model X is a lot more of an SUV and a lot taller, and it's got the butterfly doors and all that. And considering we only have one type of Tesla in the game that's been released a long time ago, I definitely think we should get another one. The Tesla Model X is easily one of the coolest SUV there are in real life, and I feel like it would be pretty easy for Rockstar to implement it into the game. They just have to make an SUV version of the Raiden with some more modern touches. That's definitely number one. Now moving on to another really cool car. It isn't your ordinary car though. We got the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, specifically the 2023 version. The only real Jeep we have in the game is the Mesa, and I mean the Mesa is such a boring car. It's like the boringest type of Jeep look you can possibly have. It's just very plain, and I wish there was more customization to the Mesa as well. And so honestly what they could do is just add a new version of the Mesa, which is just a newer one with more customization and just cooler features, and just give it a fresh look, because I could literally fall asleep looking at the Mesa in GTA 5. The regular Mesa is also a pretty light vehicle in game, and it doesn't have any good off-road capabilities, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because a Jeep in real life is built very well and very strong and has really good off-roading capabilities, but that's not really the case with the regular Mesa. So we need a bigger and better Jeep in GTA Online for sure. Something that performs really well off-road and has at least the amount of customization of, let's say, the Camacho. A Jeep is just bound to have a lot of customization, especially in a game like GTA. Next up is the new Bugatti Mistol. This is a super modern Bugatti. Every Bugatti that we have in GTA 5 is just a hit. I mean, first we had the Adder, which came out with the release of the game. Of course, the Adder performance-wise is not good now, but back then it was like the car. Then we also have the Nero, which is a beautiful car. It's one of the best looking supercars in the whole game in my opinion. And then we have the Thrax, which is actually kind of similar looking to the Bugatti Mistol, but I feel like on the new Bugatti Mistol it's got some modern touches and there are some differences, especially when it comes to looks. So all three of those existing Bugattis in GTA 5 are an absolute hit. I love all three of them, and it just shows that you can't go wrong with releasing a new Bugatti. So the Bugatti Mistol, a very futuristic looking one that kind of looks like the Thrax in a way from the front of it, but definitely looks very different from the back of it. Let me know if you agree with me down below in the comments, because a new Bugatti is always a plus. And we haven't gotten any new Bugatti vehicle in GTA Online in years, I think. Next up is another off-roader, the Rivian R1T. Now this is obviously a super futuristic looking truck. I mean, this is kind of like the Jogger that we have in GTA 5, although I mean this looks completely different, but I'm talking about the futuristic off-road looking vehicles. So this thing would be super cool to have in GTA Online, and I feel like it's kind of a hit or miss when it comes to the opinion on the looks of this vehicle. I feel like you either love it or you hate it, and I could tell you that when I first looked at it I was like, what in the world is this vehicle? But the more I looked at it, the more it grew on me. I don't know, I actually turned out to kind of like the looks of this vehicle, and let me tell you, the interior in real life is crazy. For an off-road vehicle, it's got such a sleek interior with like a huge touchpad in the middle and the front. This might be one of the coolest off-road vehicles I've ever seen, and I bet some people watching this aren't really aware of the car brand Rivian in the first place. I don't know much about it either, but I could definitely tell you this car looks sick. I would definitely be happy to see this truck be added to GTA Online. Next car I want to see in GTA Online is the McLaren GT. It's a very modern McLaren. We haven't had a McLaren be added to GTA Online in a good while. The existing ones we have in the game so far are the Emirates, one of the best supercars in the game, very good for racing, the GP1, the Tally GTB, the PR4 F1 car, the T20, which is an amazing one, and then the Tyrus. All of those are at least pretty solid. Like with the Bugattis, you can't really go wrong with a McLaren, and especially McLarens like the T20 and the Emirates are some of the best supercars in the game that are just beloved around the community. And as you can see on screen, the McLaren GT has this like new modern look to it, which I really like. My favorite McLaren in GTA 5 is probably the T20, so if Rockstar could add something like that, you know, with a retractable active spoiler and all that, I would be psyched for that. Next up is the Mercedes EQS. It's kind of in between a sedan and an SUV in my opinion. It's got a really unique look from the outside, but also inside. The interior of this car just got me super into it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, this car's interior is so unique and so futuristic and clean looking. Not only does it have a giant touchscreen in the middle of it, but also the passenger seat has a little touchscreen as well, and I think it really suits the futuristic look of this car. It is electric as well, so this is basically a freaking spaceship on wheels. Some of the coolest Mercedes cars we have in the game are the BR8 F1 car, the Dubsta, the Feltzer, the Krieger, the LM87, all of the variants of the Schafter, the Sterling GT, the Schlagen GT, and I think a cool electric sedan slash SUV hybrid like this one would be a cool addition to have. Something really unique like this one basically. Then we have the 2024 RollsRoyce Spectre. The select couple of Rolls-Royce cars we already have in the game are all beautiful looking. Easily some of the nicest rides we have. The Jubilee is a beautiful SUV, the Paragon R, the Stafford, the Super Diamond, the Windsor variants, the Cognoscenti variants, the Daidi, and the Huntley S. All amazing looking cars. And so the 2024 Spectre definitely has a different look to it, which I really like. More modern looking and very clean, I have to say. It does look a bit different and I really like it. Both the back of it and the front of it, I mean, are top class, so can't go wrong with a Rolls-Royce being added to the game. Another thing you really can't go wrong with is adding an Aston Martin. The Aston Martin DB12 is a beauty. The coolest existing Aston Martins we have in the game so far are the Massacro, the 770, the Spectre, and the Wagner. We don't have a ton of Aston Martins in the game, so another one like this would be amazing, especially because I think besides the Champion, we haven't really gotten a new Aston Martin in like forever. As long as they give it at least solid performance, I feel like a lot of people would use an Aston Martin. Next up is the 2024 BMW XM. This is basically the Rebla GTS, just an upgraded version. The Rebla GTS is the closest looking thing we have to a BMW SUV, and it looks amazing. And so the BMW XM does have a bit of a different look, so maybe just another version of the Rebla GTS or just a whole new name for a better version of that SUV would be awesome. It's a really nice and high-tech SUV. I like the interior of it in real life. Besides the Rebla GTS, some more BMW cars we have in the game are the Cypher, the Reinhardt, the Revolter, the Sentinel versions, and the Oracle XS. Those are some of the BMW ones we have that look pretty solid, I'd say. Honestly, for BMW standards, we could have much better looking BMWs in the game. The best looking ones in my opinion are the Rebla GTS, the Reinhardt, and the Cypher, and those three are probably the closest thing to real life looking BMWs, so let me know what you think down below. And also, are there any cars that you think I missed in this video that I definitely should have included or that you want to see in the game? Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new with the bell on for more awesome videos like these. Now click the video on screen now if you want to see the best realistic cars you can already drive in GTA Online. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.